Hello, I'm Wendy Wilson, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Realizing Potential. I have one familiar face on the screen with me today, and then we have a new face who is going to be joining Albany State University in a very special capacity. But many of you, I'm sure, are very familiar with our amazing Dr. Osakwe, and she assists us and helps to frame anything international with engaging our students here at Albany State. And then our special guest and new addition to Albany State University, who'll be with us for a finite period of time, but we're certainly excited to have her, is Dr. Udengwu. And so she is going to be joining us as a Fulbright Scholar. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Wilson. We're always glad to be with you.
It is my pleasure. So, Dr.
Thank you very much.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I said thank you very much.
We have a little delayed, and thank you so much, Dr. Udengwu, for joining me in particular, because you are, we're at a huge time zone difference. And so I know it is the afternoon there. So thank you for accommodating this request. But we certainly wanted to enlighten our viewers as to what our students can expect in the fall. So Dr. Osakwe, I'd like to begin with you. If you could share with our viewers what the Fulbright Scholar process entails. It's a very distinct honor, what that means for the individual that's serving in that role or identified as a scholar, and how that influences the academic success of our students here at Albany State University.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. The Fulbright Scholar is a distinguished position because she is one of just 69 selected this academic year to serve in various universities in the USA. And of course, you know that the Fulbright Scholar Program was established over 70 years ago and is a program of the US Department of State Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, and is meant to bring exchange scholars to the US to help to internationalize campuses, globalize campuses, so that students, faculty, staff, and community as well will learn about whichever country the scholar is coming from. And this is a process to make sure that international education is included in the process of education, in the process of curriculum, as a way of relating with the world, making sure that our students are graduating knowing about other countries of the world. So it's a distinguished privilege for ASU to be selected to be one of the universities receiving a scholar this year. It's been a long time we had a scholar on campus, so we're truly, truly excited about this distinguished scholar coming to us. Dr. Ngozi Udengwu is coming from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, which is one of the premier universities in the country. And she's a distinguished women scholar. And she's written a lot about women. She's written a lot about gender studies. She's in the theater and film, an area that our students are also very excited about. So it's a privilege to have her. And I will let her say a little bit more as we go on.
Indeed. Thank you so much. And we are, let me, before we transition to Dr. Udengwu and her role and certainly her background, let me thank you, Dr. Osakwe. I love the term internationalization of our campuses. That is so essential to the success of and to the competitiveness and our institution remaining viable on a global level and preparing our students for what awaits them. So thank you for your intentional role in that effort and in keeping us on a global stage. Dr. Udengwu, it's a pleasure to have you today. Will you share with our viewers a little bit about your background, and then we'll kind of fast forward as to what you are going to be doing? I know you're excited. Congratulations on this distinct honor, and we are elated to experience what awaits. But share with our viewers a little bit of
thank you.
Your academic background. Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, right now I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Theater and Film Studies of University of Nigeria, Nsukka. And I had my first degree here in this university in dramatic arts. And I had my master's degree also here in literature. And then I had to go to Ibadan, University of Ibadan, to do my PhD in theater arts. And I have been teaching a number of courses, some of which will impact on what I will do when I arrive at Albany State University. And yeah, so that's my educational background. Unless you have something else you want me to say.
I do have a few other things that I want you to say. So tell us, once you arrive on campus, what will that curriculum content consist of? And what is your intended outcome in terms of educating our students that will be able to take advantage of this wonderful experience?
Yes. Okay. So I'm a lecturer, and I'm a theater artist, and all these are going to be part of what I'll do when I arrive. For example, I will teach, definitely. I will teach a course that is related to women.
We've been having some technical difficulties. And so Dr. Osakwe, hopefully we can...
Especially women writers in Africa and their works. And most importantly for me, as a theater artist, and which... Are you still hearing me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello, are you still hearing me?
Yes, you're going in and out. We're trying to keep up. So you were just saying, you were giving us some content.
Yes, the teaching is aside, but where I'm more excited will be in the theater activities we are going to do, which I'm going to do with the students and perhaps the staff as well. That's theater and performance. So I had gone through, some of the courses in your university. I found out that there are children's theater. And I have done a number of innovative things with children's theater here. And I also want to, drama is an exciting experience, both for participants and the audience. So if we want to bring internationalization or globalization or outside cultures onto your campus, drama is a thing.
Absolutely.
Because they are going to do some dances and some drama from Africa.
Very good.
Costume and things like that. And I'm sure they are going to enjoy it.
I'm sure they are.
So we are going to do, we are going to do some productions, performances, not just drama, but also dance. And they will play some African instruments and things like that. So, yeah.
Well, I'm excited. My mind is racing, and I am a patron of the arts in terms of just being an observer. I dare not try to get on the stage, but I'm excited for a couple different reasons. We certainly have a really rich theater department here. Our community, the Southwest Georgia community in Albany as a whole, very supportive of what we do. We just recently had an amazing production of Alice Walker's The Color Purple, and it was very celebrated. But I'm excited that we, of course, are now expanding that to include theater production as throughout the diaspora. So that is certainly what it sounds like you will be bringing. I'd like to learn a little bit more. I know that you are certainly a published author. I just mentioned the work of the portfolio, her catalog. Alice Walker is just amazing, as I know that you are very familiar with. But would you share with me and the viewers as well, who are some of the playwrights, women of color, those that you have just embraced and that have influenced and impacted you?
Yes, being from Nigeria or elsewhere?
Whatever you like.
Okay, so let me start with Nigeria.
Yes.
There's women. I like there's women's drama because she writes on women, right? But her perspective on women is so balanced and so naturalistic that it touches on problems of women without being sentimental about them. That's what I like about her writing.
Anyone else?
Yes, there are a lot of people that influence me. I do you want only women? What about men? Do you want only
Yeah, you can actually share one of those ones where you researched a lady that was never discovered.
Oh, okay. Stella
And you talk to
Oyedepo,
me about
she's late now, but when I wrote on her, she was still around. Stella Oyedepo was the most prolific playwright and stage director I've met. Stella Oyedepo, my PhD work centered on Stella Oyedepo because of the enormous work she had done. By the time I wrote on her, she had written over 300 plays and directed and produced all of them by herself. Directed all of them by herself. In fact, she was not even publishing, it was the gurus of theater studies that actually watched her, her performances and said, I've never heard about you before. How many plays? What are the title of plays you have published? And the one said, no, I have not. I just direct my plays. It was after that she started publishing her plays. And at the time I wrote on her, she had published about 20 of them at that time. And now she died, I think that was 4 years ago, in a motor crash. So that's Stella Oyedepo. And I love her. I love her writing because she touches on everything, especially about women. Especially about women, So things about women is always very interesting because every time you read a woman's work, you see an aspect of women's life that you may not have heard about before. All right. So that's what is very interesting about reading about women. A lot has not been said about women, women's experiences. Honestly.
Absolutely. I would agree also. And then it's a direct tie to humanity as a whole, as we are the cradle of civilization. So thank you so much for sharing that. Dr. Osakwe, can you tell our students how they can experience this amazing woman? Is there a class that they have to enroll in? What should we expect? What's the process entail?
Okay, so right now her classes will be assigned in the Department of Arts and Humanities. That's where she will be residing, and that's where her office is. And she, apart from just attending to her classes, she will have activities that any student on campus will attend. We are collaborating with Student Affairs, and in particular, Coach Leroy. We have been working together because she will be staying at the residence hall 5, and she is planning, she will be implementing some co-curricular activities that any student can be part of, because we'll be selecting some students who will be part of the drama and who will be part of the dance. And she will also be doing some cooking illustration on African dish. And we'll be doing a lot of activities on campus. So I would say, fingers crossed, we'll be making announcements as soon as she arrives. We'll articulate everything and be publishing, but mostly we'll have evening programs, and then those who will be experiencing her in classes will also be there. But it's also opportunity for all our faculty to be on alert. If you want her to visit your class to speak about her culture or to speak about her courses or her expertise or to do any particular presentation, that is why she's here. So, and she will be having opening. And if you reach out to me, I'll be able to schedule for her to visit your class, and so that your student can share directly her expertise and the cultural aspects that she's bringing on campus. So I would say she's here to touch the campus, and as a matter of fact, to touch the community, because in writing for this application, in putting in the application, the community also collaborated. We got a letter from the community, one of the organizations supporting her to come on campus. So we are also open to having them have a share of her presentation and things like that. So it's a collaborative effort. The president with the deans, all put hands together into making it worthwhile. And the position is fully funded by U.S. Department of State. So we are really, really looking forward to her coming.
Excellent. And so we can anticipate this beginning fall of this fall. And
yeah, she's going to be here for 2 semesters, fall and the spring of 2024.
Outstanding.
10 months, yeah.
Yeah, so an entire academic year.
And we are grateful to the U.S. Department of State for recognizing the importance of a historical Black institution like Albany State University benefiting from this.
Yes, yes. Well, we know that a lot of that has to do with your ability to write very well. You're very persuasive, and your diligence with, again, as I said earlier, insisting and ensuring that Albany State University is on a global stage. That is so important. And so you're one of our many great treasures here.
I appreciate your kindness, but I'll also say that this is the leadership. We have a wonderful leadership, people like you who are saying, yes, 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 we deserve it. The president said yes, the provost said yes, and all the deans, supporting. And so it's a collaborative effort. That effort also, I'm sure you all know that ASU received the 2023 National Association of International Education Senator Simmons Award. And we are only 3 universities in the US that received the Spotlight Award. So, and this is part of the thing that the program of internationalization that we are all working for, and it's a collaborative effort, and that is why we are advancing in that area. So thank you very much for doing this presentation and acknowledging and helping to advertise, to get out the publicity to the community and to ASU community at large. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it is always certainly a pleasure. You of course do the lion's share, and so whatever part that I am able to play in that, it is certainly my honor. Because of the connectivity issues, I think that we lost Dr. Udengwu, but we will certainly see her in the fall. And you know that you are always welcome to come back once we have those slate or that agenda of activities. Please know that you're welcome to come back, and we'll showcase that and get that information out to the community because they are certainly a part of Albany State's success. And of course, we know how the arts and theater in particular helps to enrich and advance communities. And so thank you so much for all the work that you do. I look forward to hearing and learning more.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Wilson.
My pleasure. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Realizing Potential. I'm Wendy Wilson, and I look forward to seeing you next time.